Hello, losers. Fucking shit. That's right, we're doing an unboxing video, a YouTube classic, featuring a small box of dried, undyed carp crusts, fish skins. So I'd never heard of fish leather before, or I thought I hadn't until last week I was listening to a podcast and it featured a contemporary fish skin tanner who works with salmon leather. The artisan that I was listening to conceptualizes of fish skin tanning as something of an innate ancestral skill, which I think is to say that it is something that is hard to pin down to one specific cultural group, and it is somewhat ubiquitous in some parts of the world in indigenous cultures. Which isn't to deny the specificity and ingenuity of particular cultural practices around fish skin, but it's something that has been practiced quite a bit in the past, continues to be practiced, and probably will continue to be practiced, at least outside of the hegemony of Western modernity. There's also a new wave of fish skin tanneries. They spin it as something new, science-forward, and don't make many connections to these traditions. Fish skins are obviously easy to come by in communities that rely on fish for food. Additionally, fish leather is durable and water resistant, but it's also light and breathable sometimes, sort of more like Gore-Tex. And of course, as you can imagine, since fish are beautiful, fish skin leather is also beautiful and weird. And that's my aesthetic. So after hearing the process described, I really wanted to do it for myself, but I have roommates, and some of those roommates are cats. So it wasn't really feasible to leave a bunch of stinky fish bodies hanging up all over my house for a week. Or maybe it would be, but it's a bit intimidating. So, after gawking around the internet for a while, I found a Canadian tannery that actually specializes in fish leather. They sell tanned, but as yet undyed fish leather crusts at a fraction of the price of the dyed ones, which I thought would be fun because then I could get to dye it and finish it myself and jeepers. It's so scary. God damn. Oh, it's so creepy. There's so many. There's a lot of fish skins, boys. Oh my god, it's so gross. I hate it. Why did I do this? Why did I do this? I'm getting my roommate to come look at this with me because it's so scary. Okay, look at this.
Oh my god, can I touch it?
Yeah, touch it.
It's like a dead thing. Algae that's like rotten and dead.
Yeah.
And this looks like a dyed body, like a cadaver.
Tell the people how it smells. Okay.
Yeah, I was expecting it to smell like dead fish, but it smells like leather. How are you gonna do stuff with it?
I don't know.
Yeah, this one looks good. So this would be like your finished product.
Yeah.
It really looks like a dead mermaid tail.
Alright, thank you. Damn, friends. What the fuck? Yeah, I don't think I know what kind of carp these are coming from. I think I shouldn't be looking at pictures. Oh my god, they're ugly motherfuckers. Okay, this one's got like an underbite, two big old googly eyes, a handlebar mustache situation. Well, this makes more sense now that I'm looking at the pictures. I need to calm down for a while and play with this myself, and then, I don't know, we'll see what I'm gonna do. Oh god. Hello again. It's a few days later and I've now calmed down enough to actually talk about this stuff a bit. I'm going to focus first on these samples of finished leather that they showed me because this is something different. So I learned that carp can be huge as heck. There are several species here in North America that are invasive and tend to cause problems for less robust pieces of the ecosystems they live in. Presently, they aren't eaten much in this part of the world, and while it's possible that these skins are the byproduct of commercial fisheries, it's also possible that they might just be the product of mass culls to reduce the population of carp in rivers here, that they just round up carp by the millions in nets and then turn them into fertilizer. So far, this is a bit less romantic than what I was picturing. The leather feels and looks a bit like a thin suede. It's a bit fibery on the bottom though, and on the top it has these scale pockets. The surface that we get here is actually what is under the scales, so it's protected from the elements. I think that's the reason that it doesn't have the grain finish that leather does. The scale pockets that are left after the scales have been removed seem to have been pretty beat up in the processing, or maybe just in the fish's life, and I think that gives the leather a bit of a messy look. The stuff is pretty strong though, so there's that. Now this is crust leather, which means that it has been tanned, but it hasn't been through the final steps of dyeing, conditioning, and finishing. I think these ones have just been pulled out of the production line in between steps without the intention of making them an easily usable product at this stage, which is fine by me because I paid about 70 cents for each of these pieces. I also learned that the tannery who made these has actually been closed for quite a while, and these have just been sitting in a box somewhere probably for about 10 years, just drying out and getting so crispy. Oddly, there were no how-to guides on the internet for how to deal with dried out fish leather, so I'm just gonna flounder my way through this, and hopefully there will be a life for these yet. I did try a few things, but if any of you have some advice for me, I would love to hear it. I also just have a ton of these things, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with all of them. I do have some plans, but if you have any cool ideas for some leather object that would be cool if it was scaly, let me know down below. That's it for today, so thanks for watching, and I'll be back in about 2 weeks with my experiments to reveal to you guys.